This press briefing comes at a sobering moment in our nation's history. Recent events in Oyo and Borno States, especially, and indeed in other parts of the country, have again tested our collective resolve as a people. The abduction of innocent school children and their teachers is not merely an attack on families or communities. It is an attack on the future of our nation, on education, and on the lives and the values that bind us all together as Nigerians. On behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the entire federal government of Nigeria, I wish to assure all Nigerians that the safe return of every child and every teacher currently in captivity remains a top national priority. The President has made it clear that no child belongs in captivity and that no effort will be spared in ensuring that those responsible for these heinous crimes are brought to justice. The President has directed every lawful instrument available to the Nigerian state be deployed towards achieving this objective, including the deployment of specialized rescue teams. He has also authorized the recruitment of 1,000 forest guards, as you already know, to strengthen national presence across vulnerable communities and forests within the state. In Borno State, terrorists also attacked a school in Askira Uba local government area, with at least 42 children reportedly missing following an assault. This attack bears the familiar signature of terrorist groups that have for years sought to undermine education and destabilize communities in the Northeast. While operational details cannot be disclosed for security reasons, I can assure Nigerians that multiple security and intelligence agencies are working in close coordination. The Armed Forces of Nigeria, the Department of State Services, the Nigerian Police, the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Office of the National Counterterrorism Center, the Office of the National Intelligence Agency are all working collaboratively to ensure that these issues are solved. Intelligence gathering, aerial surveillance, community engagement, and search and rescue operations are continuing without any interruption. What distinguishes the Tinubu's administration's response is not merely the deployment of force, but the adoption of comprehensive intelligence-led approach to national security, combined with an ongoing and long overdue overhaul of the nation's security architecture. One of the pillars of this overhaul is the determined implementation of state policing. President Tinubu is determined one of his legacies is the delivery of a restructured policing system that is dynamic, flexible, and fit for purpose, one that truly empowers and secures local communities across the length and breadth of our nation. President Tinubu assumed office amid evolving security challenges, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, oil theft, and other criminal activities. Rather than solely relying on military action, this administration has pursued a strategy that combines military pressure, intelligence coordination, technological enhancement, regional cooperation, and socio-economic interventions. Since May 2023, Nigeria has recorded significant successes against terrorist and criminal networks. Hundreds of terrorist and criminal elements have been neutralized, arrested, or forced to surrender. Numerous victims of kidnapping have been rescued across various parts of this country. These successes are being replicated across various theaters of operation. In the Northeast, for example, troops of Operation Hadinkai continue to record significant gains against Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists. In the past week alone, the Nigerian Army and the Air Force, acting on credible intelligence, successfully repelled multiple infiltration attempts along the Irawa, Pulka, and Ngoshe axis in Borno State. Follow-up operations led to the neutralization of 50 terrorists, including several high-value targets. According to the theater commander, approximately 1,000 terrorist elements, including dozens of their leaders, were eliminated during the first quarter of 2026 alone, as troops sustained both offensive and defensive operations across the theater. A major breakthrough was recorded in mid-May through a joint Nigeria-US supported operation that disrupted terrorist logistics networks and eliminated key ISWAP commanders. Security forces additionally rescued 92 civilians from terrorist captivity near Buratai, while enhanced security deployments ensured that Eid al-Kabir celebrations proceeded peacefully across key areas of the Northeast. In the Northwest and North Central regions, joint military operations have intensified pressure on bandit groups and kidnapping syndicates operating in Zamfara, Sokoto, Katsina, Kogi, Niger, Kwara, Kaduna, and other adjoining states. Several criminal camps have been dismantled, numerous suspects arrested, and intelligence-led operations have continued to deny freedom of movement. In the Southeast and the South-South, security forces continue to sustain operations against violent criminal elements, networks, separatist-linked violence cult groups, oil thieves, and economic saboteurs. Enhanced maritime security operations led by the Nigerian Navy have also contributed to a reduction in oil theft, resulting in an increase of about 400,000 barrels per day of oil production since the assumption of office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. These efforts are also yielding tangible results within the justice system. Only yesterday, the Federal High Court in Abuja convicted and sentenced 4 terrorists to death for their involvement in the horrific attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Oyo in 2022. One of the most tragic terrorist incidents in our nation's recent history. These judgments demonstrate that terrorism is being confronted not only on the battlefield, but also through the rule of law. It sends a clear message that those who commit acts of terror against Nigerians will be pursued, prosecuted, and punished in accordance with our laws. Additionally, in April 2026, Nigeria commenced one of the largest terrorism prosecutions in its history, with more than 500 suspects facing trial for alleged involvement in terrorist activities and support for militant groups. The